The actor-turned-producer Uday Chopra is all set to release his first international venture, Grace of Monaco. The film stars Nicole Kidman in its lead, who plays the character of the stunning Grace Kelly. Here's a candid chat with a much excited producer.
So we have with us a certain someone who's taken it upon himself to make the YRF banner as global gets. So Uday, this is your first international initiative as a producer with Grace of Monaco. So how was it to work on that side of the show?
It's a completely different culture, so it's a bit of a culture shock. It took a few years for me to set up the company and actually have Grace go on the floors. I have, a company that to a certain extent people now have heard of in the US. Of course, we are known here in India, but to have that in the US is a little, baby steps, which is what I'm trying to do.
Now, like you rightly said, there has to be some difference in the workings of Bollywood versus Hollywood. So what was that little learning that you got back from there?
The financing model, especially for an independent producer, is very different. And an independent producer actually has a voice in the US because he can actually make a movie and release it without the help from a really big studio. And I think that's the main learning that I got to, understand that you could have money. A film could cost you, say, $30 million, which is what Grace cost. But you don't have to have $30 million to make that.
Nicole Kidman is, of course, playing Grace Kelly, and when you both met at Cannes Film Festival, how was the first interaction like?
Unfortunately, I couldn't spend a lot of time because I was at that point shooting for Dhoom 3, and that's when this film was also on the floor. But we got a little bit of time to spend with each other, just chatting. And the wonderful thing about her is that she loves India, and she's actually been here a couple of times. She's been to Goa and to the north as well, and she showed interest in coming back to India. She wanted to do a movie in India as well, which I would love to work again with her, because she was a real pleasure to work with.
The movie sort of got mixed reactions, so what is your response to that?
I think the reviewers kind of were a little bit unjust because they didn't see the film for what it was. However, I will say that when we premiered the film at Cannes at the festival, we got a standing ovation, which I think just shows that the audiences really are liking the movie. So yeah.
So are there any more Hollywood ventures up your alley?
Totally. I mean, this is pretty much what I am now focused on doing. So the company that I've set up is, the idea is to develop and then go into production with my own stuff. And to that end, actually, the writer of Grace of Monaco, who's also the producer, Arash Amel, he and I are working on another script together. We're almost in the final stages.